Superstars in music, movie stars, legends, megastars, all of this. Why are they not the same? Why does music not feel the same in 2026? I'm gonna walk it through. I'm gonna explain a lot, okay? I get the conversation, I understand, and I know what we all wanna ask and why we're asking it. So we're gonna talk about it right here. This is the airport, and this is Let Me Land. Bah! You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Punch. If you don't have a V in it, you're not spelling it right. You already know what it is. I deserve my respect. It's 2026. I'm back full fledged. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Join the conversation. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at I am Punch. You already know what it is. And at the Airport 2.0. Okay. Listen, follow them. We're going to start going at a much more consistent pace. So now listen, let's get straight into it. Why is it that the culture in 2026 does not feel like we have superstars? Now, it is a lot less about talent and more about how we digest information. I'm going to walk you through this. Let me land my point. Now, we all operate in an algorithmic behavior. Now, y'all might go, what? The algorithm controls our life. Now, algorithm, let's define it. What does an algorithm really mean in simplistic definition? An algorithm means a behavior that a technical engine, a social media or a website or a search engine, how it operates, the way that it thinks as per your behaviors. Let me give clarity. Instagram algorithm does not work the same for Kevin as it works for Melissa. And if Melissa's 40 and her sister Cindy is 20, it's not going to be the same for them either. It's not just man or woman. It's not just age or age. It's race. It's interests. It's what are you intrigued by? It's educational level. It's geographic tagging. It has everything in the on what you get back from your algorithm. I'm going to give more specific. If we're all next to each other, 5 people, it could be all the same age, all men, all of us, we open up our timeline, we're all going to see 5 different timelines. Why? Even if we follow the same people, it's going to show us in different orders. Why? It's because the algorithm has already assumed, you know what, person A really loves basketball. So if you show them a basketball content piece, they're going to follow the content. You know what, person B really loves like hip hop craziness. Show them this rapper got into a fight behind the concert. And this person loves knowing what's going on with life and the weather and politics. So you know what, we're going to put CNN first. Even though they all follow the same 20 pages, they're going to see it in different orders. The reason why you see it in different orders is because the app doesn't want you to leave, okay? The app does not want you to scroll off and look at Netflix. The app does not want you to scroll off and go to another app. TikTok doesn't want you to go to Instagram. Instagram doesn't want you to go to Facebook. Facebook doesn't want you to go to Twitter. Twitter doesn't want you to go to Snapchat, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They do not want you to leave their app. So they are feeding you exactly what you want, exactly because of how you behave. Now listen. What happens is that there's tons of ways that they're getting this information. Where do you live? Yo, what posts are you hovering on? What posts do you click on the comments for? What posts did you just like one picture and now we're going to refeed that person to you? And the reality is because even though you press follow on something, the app believes that that's not a true sign of you wanting to see it. I know that sounds nuts. But you pressing follow is like, all right, here's a little bit more data of your interest. But we want to keep feeding you more things that you will love. So keep feeding them new versions of it to make you more and more addicted to the discovery aspect of what's in an app. I know I'm walking it down into very, 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 very heavy, but there's a reason why I'm breaking this down, that the algorithm controls all. If you go to Google, and you're like, I want food. If you are a vegan and a health freak and super, super, super on point of what you intake, if this is what it is, I promise you, the barbecue rib spot is not going to pop up first. They are already aware that your behaviors is you like gluten-free, you like vegan, you like healthy food. This is a reality, and vice versa. You love burgers? Trust me, the rib spot is popping up. This is just how it goes. But you have to understand this. Now, Once we get the ground understanding of this is how the apps behave with us, because they know that the algorithm gives a more accurate behavior to what the person wants than the damn person themselves. Because some people like to watch things and don't follow, and some people will press follow and don't really want to watch it. So the follow button has become less powerful than ever before. Cool. Ground level built, okay? Let me land. Now that we know that the algorithm is only pumping out what the app has designed to understand who you are. Now, you got to understand that these apps are so much more intelligent than what we would assume that they are. Think about this. If you decided to go on your phone right now and ChatGPT or Google, whatever you use to search, right? And you go search white elephants in Africa, it would take you more time to type in purple elephants in Africa than it would be to get pictures of purple elephants. Just understand that. So the second that you go, purple elephants in Africa, search, it's already there. So how did they achieve? The app thinks faster than your brain. We get this shit, right? Computers are smarter than us. If the app moves faster than your brain, then you have to understand that the app can do things that you can't comprehend. Okay? If you accept that a computer thinks better than you do, then you must understand that the computer can do things that you can't fathom. The computer can recognize if you hovered over a post like, damn, she looked good, but I don't want to be a thirst bucket, and scroll up. Trust me, your algorithm is going to refeed that image to you because they saw that you were stuck on it. It's like you're almost like an indecisive shopper. Like, maybe this is popping. Maybe it's not. Yo, I don't know. Yo, maybe this is. Maybe it's not. Now, the reality at hand is this. Once you grasp this, and once you see that all of this is a behavior, you start to understand why and who and what the app will feed you. Now this gets down to the grand point. Punch, why are there no superstars? Think about this. Why are there no superstars in music? I will tell you. Because we all digest information by the algorithm. Let me walk you through it. Let me land. When we were young, all labels had to do, not saying it was cheap, but it was a very simple process. Label, signs artist. The artist goes, you know what, artist, water bottle, we've signed you. Here's water bottle, we just signed it. We want to make sure that water bottle gets seen by every single white American between 15 and 30. What are we going to do? Spend money to MTV to make sure that we're going to have that placement on the morning and make sure that we're on Total Request live in the afternoon so that people can keep seeing this. Now they're promoting it, but they're dropping bags for ads. They're doing whatever they got to do. They got to pay for it, and they're getting their video into rotation, and then it's getting requested. I used to love that, right? Same exact label. Yo, we got this new artist. We need him in front of every 20 to 35-year-old black person. What do? Hey, BT, let's get this on. Let's get it on morning shows. Let's get this there. Let's get this on 106 in Park. Now, when you understand that and you go, oh, nah, these were the 10 biggest records. No, these were the 10 most marketed, most spent on records in the country. That's all that it was. Who was going to spend more to market to have their song on this countdown? That's all it was. And it's okay. But the labels were making decisions with who mattered and who didn't. That's just the reality. If this reality is proper and it's right, then what we had as a younger person when we saw superstars, we used to go, if they're on TRL, they're lit. If they're on 106 in Park, they're lit. We were kids. We were very, very, very influential, like easily influenced, better word. And when they're showing us these people, we would believe whatever we seen was popping. I want y'all to think about this one question. If y'all went back right now to any of these artists' albums and you played it, you think not one other song was good? You think their albums only had 2 good songs? You think their album only had the 3 songs that we liked, that were the 3 singles that the label marketed? Because back then it was all about, here's the first single. If it blows, we go to the second. If the second does good, we do the third. Once the third goes, we're already recording the next album. That's how it went, no matter if it was an unbelievable album or not. So you must think about this for a second. Why? And why is it that this one song was it? Why? No other songs on the album was good. Nothing else that the artist was popping. Think about this. It's not even believable. But the reality is that once they spend that marketing dollars, you hear it. Then you hear it. Then you hear it again. And you hear it again. And you hear it again. Once you start hearing something over and over, trend is you're going to start repeating it. If you start repeating it, you're going to want to play it. It's like these sounds on Instagram and TikTok where you hear it and then all of a sudden it's like, yep, she was a fairy. You don't even know if you love the song, but you keep hearing the bite. Now, reality was back then, because we had less outlets to go receive music, we would have to wait for it to come back on. So we would go back to the show to hear the things that are recognizable. Now, in today's day and age, we have cell phones and we have 10 different apps and we have everything in our life on demand. So in 2026, we don't have to follow the formula of what it used to be. Think about this. When Michael Jackson used to drop a video, they used to literally just stop television and debut the song on TV. Do you think that, like, literally, they used to literally just stop TV and be like, we're going to stop this and play the video. It was everyone looking at it. So he was able to market to a much larger field. Why is it that Super Bowl commercials cost so much? Why? Because the NFL has figured out a way that, this is our biggest game of the year because it is a one-game situation. Every football fan will look at it versus World Series and NBA Finals where we look at it and that's a 7-game series. And unless it gets to 3-3 game 7, they never get equivalent ratings as a Super Bowl. That's just how this thing goes. But think about this. Think about this. The reason why Super Bowl costs so much is because they have a larger audience. So back then when less people... wrong word. Back then, when there were less options to choose from, all they had to do was buy the big ad, and then you were in front of everyone. So you were much more easily able to influence the masses, where right now, you can't influence the masses. Because if every single person receives all of their information from their iPhone or their Android, their phone, and most people are receiving their information from apps. If the apps operate like an algorithm, they will never show you all the new moment at the same time. So you would never be impacted the same because the algorithm is not in the business of feeding you what they want you to see. The algorithm is in the business of keeping you on the app. And if your behavior has shown you are not watching new videos, they will not show you new videos. So when a new song comes out and be like, I don't even hear it. These songs don't even be good like that. Wrong. These songs cannot control your timeline like that. They can't promote to everyone anymore. It costs too much money. Y'all have to understand what's happening. So because it costs too much money, they cannot market to everyone. Then they cannot control the masses. So then nothing feels like it's the biggest thing. Because when you used to be young, used to go out, you saw it? Yeah, I saw it. You saw it? I saw it. We all had to watch 1-2 shows. And we all saw it. Now you have an option to where that you can be on Netflix, on Hulu, on Amazon, on Tubi, on Instagram, on Twitter. It's so much different options that you could miss whatever came out the night before and totally still be drowned with new information that came out in the world of your interest. That's why there's no superstars anymore. It is not about quality of music. It is not about quality of artists. It is not about quality of music. There are tons of talented people out here. It is because the algorithm does not allow itself to be controlled by one narrative. Find me one lie. Now listen, the YouTube is launched. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you drop a comment. I want to hear your perspective. Is this the real reason? Don't tell me just another. Is this the number one starting point reason why we don't have superstars? Because y'all want to argue sometimes, but at the real, is this not just the core foundation? Because if there was a way to literally send a message that got to every single person at once, as we used to have when we had television, just hear me, would we not still just be digesting music the same exact way? So what just happened? Everyone on the earth just became talentless. Everything in music just became whack. It has nothing to do about the art. It is about how we receive it. Now, this is the Airport. These ears right here, they were so damn good, it took me around the world. This is Let Me Land. It's a solo content cultural piece about whatever I want it to be, but I am talking about music, and I just want you to let me land my point before you cut me off, okay? Listen, it's Punch. Find me one live. If you don't got a V, you ain't spelling it right. Hello. Bah!